that fight happen, and hopefully it'll be as exciting as we expect it to be. Wilder Joshua, my goodness. It's stuff that makes you lick your chops.
Just removing some of the water off the canvas. We've seen a couple of slips this evening. We've also seen slips that weren't slips. They were punches.
Indeed.
Matoga throws the first punch of round 6, but Homakoma comes straight back. Now, she's climbing into Homakoma at the moment, and Homakoma's playing into her game. It's made her angry though. Chiedza Homakoma looks angry. I think that irritated her a little bit. She's tired of this.
Matoga, while she's got her a brass chin, she's going to have to work on getting some power behind her punches, because she's landed a few blows, but they haven't done any damage whatsoever. They seem a bit soft. They seem a bit whimsical more than actually doing harm to her opponent.
I'm wondering if it's part of a technique issue. We're talking about the fact that she makes herself even smaller than she is, and she's tiny anyway. So to come from that and burst into a punch, I'm not so sure that she's structured enough technically to actually throw something that's really meaningful.
We're nearly at the end of the 6th round, and she's lasted this long.
I'll tell you what, it's not stopping her trying. I don't think her chin's the only brass part of her body. She has taken blows tonight, and she has dived into every single one. You wouldn't think that she's been taking blows for 6 rounds.
Indeed, indeed. She has been working her cotton socks off to stay in this. In fact, it's white knuckle stuff clinging onto this fight, but very impressive by the Malawi.
I tell you what, if Matoga could work on her defense a little bit and be a little bit more structured, she'd be a really tough boxer to beat. Because the fact that she can take a punch means that if she was a bit more structured, she wouldn't be taking as many blows. You're sort of looking at her and going, any minute now, one of those hits are going to fell her. And they're not. So if she can just technically sort herself out a little bit, I reckon that she can be a decent boxer.
Absolutely. I mean, the first part is that she doesn't go down, she doesn't give up, she keeps going. And as long as she can keep going, she's well in this fight. So Matoga is very impressive from that perspective. But as I say, she's failing to make damage when she lands her punches. And then also, her technical ability comes into question. So if she can sort those two things out, we've got quite a fighter on our hands. She's only 19, so she's got lots of good years ahead of her.
Well, both boxers going at it. There's still lots of boxing left in this bout. Remember, it's 10 rounds. Chiedza Homakoma also showing her fitness, Barry. She's in good condition as well.
She is indeed. Well, she is coached by one of the best, so.
I also get the feeling that her punch isn't also as killer as it should be. On occasions, it's a little bit roundhouse. I think her uppercut's really strong, and her jab's decent. But sometimes you feel that maybe when she's a little bit tired, she comes a little bit from the side roundhouse.
Indeed. And that doesn't do any damage.
Move away! Yes, better! Yes!
nearly the end of round 7.
Nikita the Queen Tiger. It's quite a moniker for her. Dirk, what would your moniker be if you were a fighter?
I'm allowed to think about it. Can you give me some time? 7 rounds gone, and still no one giving in.
Dirk, I actually think I know what your nickname would be.
Come on then.
Speedy Gonzalez, because you'd run away from all your opponents.
A road runner. Do I look like the guy who'd run for the hills? Do you think so?
Yes, you do, actually.
I think that's very unfair.
I'll tell you what, Matoga's not running from this fight, eh? She's right in it.
I would not be able to take punches like Matoga, I can tell you that.
Definitely not.
I would probably run because I'd be worried about ruining my beautiful features, you know, my jaw, my jawbone.
I don't know about beautiful features, Dirk.
They're looking old, Barry. Wait till you get to my age. Right, not much time left in this bout to make an impression. It's sort of become stale, hasn't it?
Yes. I
It's
think Chiedza Homakoma has asked herself questions as to what do I need to do to floor my opponent, and hasn't come up with the right answers.
if this had its own bill tonight as opposed to Showdown and Showgrounds, it would be deja vu at the Showgrounds. It's sort of been just a repeat of every single round, and no boxer has been able to put anyone on the floor to make an impression. They've both swung heavily, they've both taken a couple of blows, but no one's really done anything, have they?
Merry Christmas, but no cigar.
I mean, I have no doubt that Homakoma would be winning it on points. She's landed a heckload more than Matoga. But I don't think it would be a fight that she'd be proud of winning at the end.
I'll tell you who will be proud is Matoga. Euria Matoga can be very proud of the work she's done in terms of staying in this fight.
I totally agree with you. And take nothing away from the two boxers, because what they've just done into round 8, it's a long time. Well, burying her head, Chiedza Homakoma, that's probably not the best idea either.
These two fighters will know they're in a fight tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I think two panado for each boxer after tonight. There'll be some sore heads,
100%.
but nothing really more to report, I don't think.
Nothing more to report apart from a very impressive Euria Matoga in terms of her ability to stay in the fight.
Well, it's just another look at probably a replay that our replay operator could have played the same for the last 8 rounds. Yes, a couple of punches, yes, it caught her on the face, but it's really done nothing. And at the end of the night, what's going to happen is, you know, the moral victory count? It'll be a moral victory for Chiedza.
It will be a moral victory.
But that's it.
It's a victory that she can put in her record, but not one she'll be proud of.
And I think leaving here, win or loss, which I think she's going to be on the receiving end, Matoga can be very proud of her performance tonight, whatever happens from here to the end.
It's experience, Dirk. It's getting more fights under her belt. She's 19 years old, and if she's able to get the more fights she's able to participate in, the better for her career.
Box!
Well, the insert that we played before the bout was talking all about Chiedza Homakoma wanting more, and she's hungry. She does want more. But the question is, can she go title level without being able to put a 19-year-old on the canvas, and that's the concern.
That's going to be the question, and now Matoga's landing some counting punches.
Oh, that might have hurt Matoga. The first sign of a little bit of a stumble, maybe. But she's straight back up. Well, into the last minute of the penultimate round here in our penultimate bout of the showdown at the showgrounds. As Chiedza Homakoma looks like she'll potentially get a moral victory against Euria Matoga. As she's been unable for 8 rounds, she's thrown every single blow possible. And Euria Matoga just keeps coming back for more.
Indeed, and in truth, Chiedza Homakoma must ask herself questions about not being able to dispatch a 19-year-old who's only had 2 professional bouts before this one. Because on paper, would have put this as a first rounder.
Well, I said 2 rounds. I didn't give her a chance, Matoga. I'd like to see her in a couple of years' time. You know, a little bit more experience. Like we said, a brass jaw, a brass body. She just will take every single blow you throw at her. She's now bleeding from the mouth, so struggling a little bit. But she'll know she's got 1 round left. And her getting herself through to 10 rounds, for her, this will be a victory.
This will be a victory. She's breathing very hard now. She's struggling to stay in it, but she is well in it. She's landed a few punches of her own, but as we said, just in the power stakes, just doing the damage, she hasn't been able to inflict any damage upon her opponent. A formidable opponent in Chiedza Homakoma.
You did notice that then there when she had Chiedza in the corner, she was unable to actually throw a punch. She's just too tired.
Too tired. She's been hanging on for too long. Chiedza Homakoma hardly looks like she's in a gym session. It hasn't taken much out of her at all.
Well, last round of this 10-round affair. She looks tired now, does Matoga.
She looks shattered.
I hope she gets through these next 2 minutes. I want to see her go to the end. It's a couple of good left arms there from Chiedza Homakoma. And again, Matoga should actually be called her alias, the boomerang.
Because she keeps coming back. I agree.
Well, our director thought maybe Duracell Bunny, but a Duracell Bunny, a battery, will go flat at some stage. I've never heard of a boomerang not coming back.
Euria Matoga.
Oh, the crowd really getting behind Matoga. Oh, that's hurt. That's hit her in the face. But guess what? She's still standing. She's hurting now.
But still standing.
What happened in the last round? We were maybe being a little bit unfair to both women in saying that all we were doing was replaying rounds and it was the same stuff all the time. I mean, she took some really big blows. That one nearly snapped her neck off. But guess what? She didn't go away.
She didn't go away. She just kept coming back. And in truth, at least the medical staff was pretty lively just to check that all her vitals are in order. And it looks like she's fine, even after taking so much punishment. What a terrier, what a warrior.
The results of bout 5 of this evening. By unanimous points decision. Judge 1 points 98-93. Judge 2 100. 94, and our third judge, 98-94. The winner of this fight, Chiedza Homakoma!
Well, pretty unanimous from all judges, so no real surprise there from the judges' decision. I think they got that absolutely correct. And I have no doubt as well that Euria Matoga had no expectation that the ref was going to lift her hand at the end of
Absolutely,
that.
she had no expectation that she'd win it, and in truth, I think she knew from about the third round that she wasn't going to be in this fight, wasn't going to win.